Hey pen friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Devin and I want to apologize up front for the wonky lighting situation. It's raining today all throughout the week and into next week as well, so that's kind of what we're dealing with. I hope that you'll bear with me though, because I'm really excited about today's video. I asked over on my YouTube community channel page what videos you guys wanted to see this month, and it looks like a lot of you would like to see more fountain pen videos. That is what I have for you today. I am really excited about this video because one, it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and two, I just love talking about fountain pens, but I could not find an actual pen or fountain pen tag that was already out there. So I've decided to create my own. It's just a series of 10 questions all about fountain pens. So we're going to dive into those today. And if you want to participate in the tag as well, I am so excited to see your responses. So please tag me if you do decide to answer these questions. I have the questions all planned out here in my planner. So the first question is, how long have you been using fountain pens and why did you start? So I think that I've talked about this on my channel before, but I want to say that I've been using fountain pens since December 2018, I think, if I'm remembering the timeline correctly. And originally, I started to see fountain pen videos suggested on my YouTube feed, and I was just binging all of the stationery videos that were possibly out there. I thought to myself, this is quite a fancy contraption. There is no way that I see myself using a fountain pen without causing any damage to it, and that was kind of how I felt for some time. So the interest was always there, but what really laid the groundwork for me was seeing YouTube videos about fountain pens. And I recall watching one of Boho Berry's videos and seeing her fountain pen collection, or watching her plan with me videos, and she would use a fountain pen. Again, there was that like curiosity, but also huge intimidation factor that I think I was just being so silly about, now that I have the experience with my fountain pens and love them and enjoy them so much. But at the time, I just didn't know any better. I actually did start off with a Daiso fountain pen myself, and that is kind of another story. But if you want to hear more about that experience, I'll leave my fountain pen collection video from 2019 linked off in the description box below. So in summary, I was always interested in fountain pens, finally got over my fear, and haven't looked back since. The next question is, which do you own more of, fountain pens or fountain pen ink? For me, at the moment, I definitely own more fountain pens than I do fountain pen ink. What is the best thing about using fountain pens? For me, oh my gosh, zoomed in. Okay, so I had to interrupt myself here because I feel like kind of upset with myself that I got the hiccups. As I was saying, the best thing about using fountain pens by far, without a doubt, is the community. And I'll let my original response play because I feel like that is one of the huge benefits that I personally experienced from using fountain pens, but it's nothing in comparison to this amazing community that comes with this hobby. And I just have to speak to the amazing connections that I've made because I started using fountain pens, the friendships that have come out of it. I'm just so incredibly grateful, and I think that if you're just like the least bit curious about using fountain pens, then dive right in, because the support, the advice, and the encouragement that you receive with everybody else who loves fountain pens is kind of unreal. I feel like I'm really struggling to articulate myself here, but I think you could ask any other fountain pen hobbyist and they would probably tell you the same. Being part of such a special community is really the best thing about all of this. As some of you guys know, my pen grip, of course I don't have a pen near me, but I kind of did this like lobster claw thing. Like if my thumb was a pen, I'd wedge it in between the two fingers, and that's how I would write. And I just didn't know any different. That's how I wrote in school. That's how I wrote for quite a long time up until I started using fountain pens. I would say that the Lamy Safari, with its very pronounced triangular grip, really helped me get used to holding my pen in its corrected grip. All right, so question number 4, at least that's what I think we're on right now. What is your least favorite thing about using fountain pens, other than that there's so many to try and my wallet cries every time I find another one that, takes my breath away? Other than that, my least favorite thing about fountain pens is cleaning them. I know, and that's such like a little thing in comparison to the joy of using fountain pens, which is why I continue to use them. And I think that might also be another factor that keeps a lot of people from using fountain pens. Yeah, that's still my least favorite thing about fountain pens, is having to clean them out. I just don't enjoy the process. I usually try to catch up on my watch later playlist on YouTube when I'm cleaning out my fountain pens to make the process go by a little bit faster, but that's my answer for that one. Question number 5, do you own any vintage fountain pens? Unfortunately, I do not at this time. I don't know if I will acquire any in the future. It seems to be a lot of work if restoration is involved, but I don't know. Never say never. Question number 6, what are your top 3 favorite fountain pen inks? So off the top of my head, I would definitely say Noodler's Black Swan and Australian Roses. I think I kind of knew from the get-go that it was going to be one that I would put on my repurchase list. I haven't repurchased it yet, but it's just because I have so many samples that I want to work through. But I think that one is a stellar ink, just behaves really nicely and has an amazing rich raspberry purplish color. That's a very weak description in terms of how beautiful that color is, but that's what I can offer you at the moment. So I would definitely say that one. My second one would be Troublemaker Inks Milky Ocean. I just really love that pastel-y periwinkle purplish blue. I think that is a really pretty ink. I think for my third choice, I would choose the Ackerman Deep Dew and Waterblau. I apologize for my pronunciation, but I'll have it linked off in the description box below, along with all the other things that I mentioned in this video if you want to check it out. And that was more recently added to my ink collection, but I like it because it's just a very nice, rich, deep dark blue, and I think if I had to live off of those 3 inks for the rest of my life for some reason, then I would be okay. I say that now. Surprisingly, I don't have any shimmer or glitter inks on that list, and that just goes to show that my fountain pen journey is still very much at the beginning. I'm still learning what I like, what I don't like, and sort of everything in between. Question number 7, what is your holy grail fountain pen? My holy grail fountain pen, if money was not a question, it would be the Mont Blanc Classique Meisterstück. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm totally butchering the name, but it would be the rose gold coated fountain pen. I think that's what it's called. I had the opportunity to try that pen out over the holidays. Maybe it's just the hype around the Mont Blanc name, but oh my gosh, it was like clouds parted, the angels sang, and that kind of sounds a little cheesy, but I think that's my holy grail fountain pen right now. Question number 8, what is the worst fountain pen you've ever tried? For me, the worst fountain pen, hands down, that I've ever tried was the Rosso Bianco fountain pen from Daiso. It's a $5 fountain pen. I think I talked about it in a video previously, so if I can find it, I'll have it linked off in the description box below so you can hear more of my thoughts on it, but it didn't write, and not every pen is going to perform amazingly straight out of the box. But I think what kind of reassures me that, it was not a good fountain pen is that another pen friend had commented on that video and said that they had a similar experience. So I don't know, maybe it's just a weird coincidence that both of us got faulty pens, and maybe all of the other Rosso Bianco fountain pens from Daiso were absolutely stellar. But for me personally, that was the worst fountain pen I ever tried. And I was so disappointed. I love the style of the body. It was this beautiful pearlescent pink. And I was thinking like, oh my gosh, I love the $1.50 Daiso fountain pen so much. If I spend that extra $3.50, I am just gonna be head over heels for this pen. But unfortunately, that was not the case. Question number 9, what is your most recent fountain pen addition? So for me, that's actually this Pilot Lucina that my pen friend Daniel sent me. And I haven't inked it up yet, but I'm excited to share this pen with you anyways. It's a really gorgeous bright yellow. I love that it leans more towards a mustardy yellow versus like a bright highlighter yellow. This one has a fine nib, and although I don't personally own it, I feel like the pen body is reminiscent of the Pilot Prera. Very excited about this. Again, it's a beautiful, gorgeous, sunshiny, mustardy yellow. And while that's not a color that I would normally choose for myself, I've taken quite a liking to it so far. So Daniel, thank you so much. I can't wait to ink it up. Question number 10, if you had to start over, what fountain pen would you repurchase first and why? I was actually pleasantly surprised to see that Brian Goulet did a Q&A slices and answered this question. It's a question that I have been reflecting on a lot lately, just because I know a lot of new pen friends here on my channel have come with the interest and the curiosity of potentially purchasing their first fountain pens. Of course, got me reminiscing on if I could start over, knowing what I know now. So for me, this would definitely be a toss-up between the TWSBI Eco and the Lamy Lux. Now, I specifically say the Lamy Lux over the Lamy Safari because I just don't use my Lamy Safaris all that much. I have the black and the petrol, and I think they're both really great pens. I don't know, I don't use them. The Lamy Lux's aluminum body, I find that's what I prefer. Now, it is almost double the price of a TWSBI Eco, so I don't know that that's a fair comparison between the Lamy Lux and the TWSBI Eco. If I absolutely had to narrow it down to one, I would probably purchase the Lamy Lux in rose gold again. I would definitely purchase the TWSBI Eco closely after purchasing the Lamy Lux in rose gold, but I love it so much, and maybe there's like that nostalgic sentimental value of it being one of my first fountain pens that kind of puts it over the edge. You know, the aluminum body, the rose gold, the triangular grip, which helped me correct my awful, ridiculous lobster claw pen grip of so many years. And then again, like very closely after that, I would purchase a TWSBI Eco because I love the clear demonstrator body. I love the piston filling mechanism. It comes in an array of wonderful colors, which speaks to the collector in all of us. And initially, I thought that TWSBI Eco was kind of unappealing in terms of how it looked, which I think is just so ironic, so hysterical, because I love the TWSBI Eco. I love the way it looks, and it would definitely be one of the first fountain pens that I would repurchase. I am so beyond excited to hear your guys' responses to this fountain pen addict tag. I just thought it would be something fun for all of us to kind of get to know a little bit more about each other's fountain pen journey, our likes, our dislikes, all of that good stuff. So again, feel free to comment below, answer one question, answer all of the questions. Feel free to make your own YouTube video, post on Instagram, TikTok, wherever. Just be sure to tag me so that I can check out your responses as well. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to share it with a pen friend who you think might also enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe and to turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss any of my videos. You can also connect with me over on Instagram. My username is @DevinLu. That's DEVNNLUU. I've also started a TikTok, and I'm starting to post some more stationery videos over over there, so you can check that out as well. My username is the same, at Devinluu, DEVNNLUU. I do my best to upload here every Thursday evening, so please take care until then. Feel free to check out these two videos linked here on the screen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.